Welcome, loyal fans of Days of Our Lives, to another gripping installment of TV Days Drama Digest. Your favorite channel is back to unpack the emotional roller coaster that unfolded in Salem on this unforgettable September 4th, 2025. If you missed today's episode or simply want to relive the jaw-dropping moments, buckle up for a detailed dive into the heart-wrenching, dramatic, and sometimes shocking events that left us all on the edge of our seats. From adoption dreams crushed by dark secrets to courtroom showdowns and life-or-death moments laced with deception, today's episode delivered everything we love about Days and more. Let's get started with the stories that had Salem buzzing. Javi's secret threatens his adoption dreams. The episode opens with Javi, a man whose heart has been set on building a family with Tizero, grappling with a secret so heavy it threatens to unravel everything he's worked for. Javi's desire to adopt Tizero has been a beacon of hope in his storyline, a chance to create a legacy of love and stability. But today, we see the cracks in his carefully constructed facade. Javi's past is a ticking time bomb, the death of his child, a tragedy he's kept hidden from everyone, including those closest to him. The weight of the secret is palpable as he paces his modest Salem apartment, his eyes darting nervously to the window, half expecting the police to knock at any moment. The specter of a police investigation looms large, casting a shadow over Javi's dreams. The authorities are circling, piecing together clues that could expose his past and shatter his hopes of adopting Tizero. Every creak of the floorboards, every ring of his phone, sends Javi into a spiral of paranoia. He knows that if the truth comes out, the adoption agency will deem him unfit, and Tizero, sweet, innocent Tizero, will be lost to him forever. The camera lingers on Javi's trembling hands as he clutches a photo of Tizero, his whispered promise to make things right sounding more like a plea to the universe than a vow. Meanwhile, across town, Chanel is sipping coffee at the Brady pub, flipping through the latest issue of The Spectator. Her eyes widen as she lands on a headline that changes everything: Firehouse baby adoption finalized as waiting period ends. The article details how the abandoned infant left at the Salem fire station has been cleared for adoption now that the birth parents have failed to claim the child. For Chanel, who has been quietly yearning for a deeper purpose, this news is a lightning bolt. The idea of adopting this baby ignites a spark in her, a vision of a future filled with lullabies and tiny handprints on her heart. She leans back in her chair, her mind racing with possibilities, unaware that her dream might soon collide with Javi's unraveling world. Chanel's determination grows as she envisions herself as a mother, her boutique temporarily forgotten as she imagines rocking a baby to sleep. But the road to adoption is never simple in Salem, and we can't help but wonder, will Chanel's newfound hope lead her into Javi's orbit, setting the stage for a heartbreaking confrontation? The drama is only beginning, and the stakes for both characters feel higher than ever. Kristen's day in court, a family divided. The courtroom scene that follows is a masterclass in tension, with Kristen DiMera at the center of a storm of her own making. Kristen, ever the polarizing figure, stands before the judge, her usual bravado tempered by the weight of her sentencing. The gallery is packed with familiar faces, some supportive, others seething with resentment. Among them is Johnny, Kristen's nephew, whose conflicted emotions are written across his face. Johnny's disappointment in his aunt is raw. He trusted her, defended her, only to learn she let him take the fall for her crimes. "I believed in you," he says, his voice breaking as he addresses the court. "But you let me carry the weight of your mistakes." Johnny's words cut deep, but he surprises everyone by advocating for a lighter sentence. "She's family," he says, his jaw tight. "And family doesn't give up on each other." His plea is a poignant reminder of the DiMera loyalty, even in the face of betrayal. But not everyone shares his compassion. Enter Brady, whose arrival in the courtroom shifts the atmosphere from tense to explosive. Brady's face is a mask of barely contained fury as he strides to the stand, his eyes locked on Kristen. Without hesitation, he unleashes a scathing indictment. Kristen Black is a danger to everyone around her, he declares, his voice steady but laced with venom. She's violent, manipulative, and selfish to her core. She's proven it time and time again. The courtroom falls silent, the weight of Brady's words hanging in the air. He demands the maximum sentence, arguing that Kristen's actions have left a trail of destruction that cannot be ignored. Kristen, for her part, is unraveled by Brady's attack. Her composure cracks as she leans forward, her voice trembling with a mix of anger and desperation. "You don't understand, Brady," she pleads. "I confessed for Rachel. I wanted to show her that you have to own your mistakes, no matter how much it hurts." Her words are a rare glimpse into Kristen's vulnerability, a reminder that beneath her scheming exterior lies a mother desperate to protect her daughter. She turns to the judge, her eyes glistening with unshed tears. "I regret what happened that night," she says, her voice barely above a whisper. "The shooting. I wish I could take it back. I wish I could choose differently." The judge, unmoved by the emotional display, reads a letter from E.J. DiMera, who, despite his absence, pleads for leniency for Rachel's sake. The camera pans to Rachel, sitting in the gallery, her young face a mixture of confusion and sorrow. The judge deliberates, the silence stretching agonizingly. Finally, the gavel falls. Kristen is sentenced to 6 years in Statesville, a compromise between the maximum 10 years and the mercy E.J. requested. Kristen's shoulders slump as the reality sets in, while Brady's expression remains unreadable. Has justice been served, or has a family been torn apart forever? The answer, as always in Salem, is far from clear. A choking incident reveals true bonds and deceptions. The drama takes a lighter, but no less intense turn at Titan Industries, where Philip Kiriakis and Xander Cook are navigating the choppy waters of their new co-CEO partnership. The boardroom is a battlefield of egos, with Philip's charm clashing against Xander's gruff pragmatism. The tension is palpable as they discuss the future of the company, their voices rising with every disagreement. But the scene takes a shocking turn when Philip, in a moment of levity, pops a jelly bean into his mouth and begins to choke. The room freezes as Philip clutches his throat, his face turning red. Papers scatter, chairs scrape, and panic sets in. Xander, despite their rocky history, springs into action. With a strength born of instinct, he wraps his arms around Philip and performs the Heimlich maneuver, his movements precise and urgent. The jelly bean dislodges, and Philip gasps for air, collapsing into a chair as the room exhales in relief. Xander, catching his breath, looks at Philip with a mix of exasperation and relief. "You're a pain in my ass, but you're my brother," he says gruffly. "We're in this together." But in true Days fashion, the moment of brotherhood is short-lived. Philip, with a sly grin, reveals the truth. The choking was a ruse, a test to see how Xander would react. "I had to know if you'd let me die or step up," Philip says, his tone teasing but laced with something deeper, an acknowledgement of their fraught but unbreakable bond. Xander's jaw tightens, a mix of annoyance and grudging respect in his eyes. "You're an idiot," he mutters, but there's a hint of a smile. The scene shifts gears as the brothers attempt to hash out the details of their partnership. Xander reaches for a pen left on the table, Gabi's pen, as it turns out. He clicks it, expecting ink, but instead, a tiny recorder tumbles out, clattering onto the desk. The room goes silent as Xander picks it up, his eyes narrowing. "What the hell?" he mutters, his voice low and dangerous. The recorder, unbeknownst to them, holds secrets that could unravel their plans, secrets Gabi has already uncovered. The camera zooms in on the device, its red light blinking ominously, as the brothers exchange a wary glance. Gabi's shadow looms large, and the question hangs in the air: has she already outmaneuvered them? A tapestry of drama and deception. Today's episode of Days of Our Lives was a masterclass in storytelling, weaving together threads of hope, betrayal, and redemption. Javi's desperate bid to adopt Tizero is threatened by a past he can't escape, while Chanel's newfound dream of motherhood sets her on a collision course with fate. In the courtroom, Kristen's sentencing exposed the raw wounds of the DiMera and Black families, with Brady's unforgiving stance clashing against Johnny's plea for mercy. And at Titan, a moment of crisis revealed the complex bond between Philip and Xander, only to be overshadowed by Gabi's cunning. As the credits rolled, we were left with more questions than answers. Will Javi's secret destroy his chance at a family? Can Chanel's adoption dreams come true, or will they intersect with Javi's tragedy? Has Kristen's sacrifice for Rachel redeemed her, or is it too late for forgiveness? And what does Gabi know that could change everything for Philip and Xander? One thing is certain, in Salem, no secret stays buried for long, and no heart is safe from breaking. For those who missed the episode, our summary video on the TV Days Drama Digest channel is your ticket to catching up on every twist and turn. Subscribe, hit that notification bell, and join us as we continue to unravel the drama that makes Days of Our Lives the heartbeat of daytime television. We hope you enjoyed it and look forward to sharing more with you in the future. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe TV Days Drama Digest for more updates on Days of Our Lives.